Hello and welcome to this ETETutor video on Animal Farm. In this video we're going to be looking at how to tackle character GCSE exam questions, and in part 1 we're just talking about how to get started. Doesn't matter which exam board you're sitting with, if you're doing Animal Farm there should be something useful for you here. Okay, let's get going. So we're looking at this example question. It is taken from Edexcel, but like I said, that doesn't matter. You're still going to learn a lot about the style you need to write in, and this is the same no matter what exam board you're studying with. And in the future, there's always going to be a particular style that you need to write in, and that's going to be reflected here. Okay, let's have a read of the question. "Boxer," cried Clover in a terrible voice. "Boxer, get out quickly! They are taking you to your death." Explore the significance of the character of Boxer in the novel. You must refer to the context of the novel in your answer. Okay, that "must" in bold is the exam board's stress. So that just shows you how important it is that you've got to talk about the context. I've just popped the highlighting on just to make sure that you're really clear to use that word significance when you're answering, and obviously once again to make sure you cover context. Right, so what should be going on in your brain when you first encounter this question? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully there's lots of thoughts whizzing around. What I've noticed is a lot of students have really sound knowledge in terms of the novel itself, but they don't know how to incorporate it into their exam answer. In particular, they don't know how to deal with the context, even though they know loads of facts about the Russian Revolution or whatever it is, whatever novel you're studying, this applies. People know the facts, but they don't know how to get them across. So we're going to be looking at that as well. Right, so what should be happening in my brain after reading the question? So first of all, you need to think about your key Boxer facts for this question. And again, remembering to take context into account when you're coming up with those ideas. You're going to need to run through the quotations that you've remembered, considering which one's going to be the most helpful. And you also need to consider these things in light of the particular question and the quote that they've given you. It's a good idea to refer at some point within your answer to the chosen quote. Now, it may be that you want to use a shortened version of this question. So here we've got, "Boxer, get out quickly, they're taking you to your death." You could even just take out the part, "they're taking you to your death," if that's going to be more useful for you. Okay, so once you've done this thinking, you can start to plan. And as an examiner, I'm 100% confident in saying that students who plan their work write better essays, so I really would encourage you to do this. So even at the beginning, you might find it easier if you're jotting down your key facts, and then you'll be able to match them with your quotations. What you should do then is have a look at what you've got, or have a look at what you've got going on in your mind, and try to think about your own personal response to the question. This is where you've got to say something. This is one of your assessment objectives. You've got to have a key idea and an argument, and you should be able to summarise this argument in a sentence or two. It's this personal response that you need to outline when you're writing your introduction, and you can learn more about that in a future video. When you've done this little bit of thinking, coming up with your idea, you want to look at all the points you've got. So that's your key facts and your quotations, and arrange them into sections based upon the topic that they're covering. When you're coming up with these ideas, I find it really helpful to give the topics or the sections little snappy titles, and this makes sure that you're constantly coming back to the question, and each paragraph's got a strong focus. Now, these sections, as we've called them so far, they might end up being single standalone paragraphs where you can apply PEE or Pearl or whatever it is you're using to help you structure your paragraphs. However, the sections might be too big for one paragraph. They might have be on the same topic but looking at slightly different aspects of it. So it could take a couple of paragraphs for each section. That's not a problem. And then also, when you're looking at all these ideas and trying to work out the sections, try to remember which bits you want to use for your introduction and conclusion. Make sure the bits you choose there relate to context and relate to your personal response. I'm sure that's probably what you're thinking. I hope I haven't gone too fast, but I know people quite often need to watch videos a couple of times, so it's nice to keep them on the short side. I'm guessing at the moment you're thinking it sounds good in theory, but don't panic. What you're going to see in part 2 is some of this put into action. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found the content useful. If you've got any comments or you want to share your ideas, please do so in the comment section below. You might want to check out the assessment objectives video. And as always, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great.